Alright, so we're here checking out your biped character. It's looking really good. Your geometry is all sound, so really good job on it so far. There are a couple of things that you might want to tweak before you keep going, or you can always do this later on as well. But just proportion-wise, and as far as curves go, there are a few things you might want to address. First thing that I'll kind of take a look at is the shape of the neck here. At the moment, it's just kind of going straight down. We want to kind of create something that's a little more curved, okay? So here you can see there's a bit of a curve as it leads into the base of the skull here, alright? And at the moment, it's just kind of very vertical, alright? Also, the point where the face begins over here is a bit far away from the neck at this point, okay? So we might want to move that in a little bit, in closer towards the neck to improve the balance of the head overall, okay? So, basically this is just a matter of this being too wide, okay? And we just want to thin it out a little bit. Also, the ear is a bit too wide in this case, so it's looking more round and probably would benefit from being a little closer to an oval shape, okay? So, that said, this is all really very good, so you should be proud of yourself, nevertheless. So, but we'll just go through a couple things so we can keep improving it and keep working on it. So, first thing we'll deal with is just kind of getting some of that neck curve in, okay? It'll be pretty simple. So I'm just going to go to vertex mode here. And I'm going to grab a whole bunch of these. And I'm looking at this, from the side in the orthographic view. And I'll just pull those in just a little bit. Okay? I can do the same thing over here on the other side if I want. Just pulling things in. Now, honestly, if I go this route and start pulling stuff in, we're going to get this situation where he's got this little skinny, teeny tiny neck and a really big head, okay? So we probably don't want to take those in too much, but, a different solution might be to take some of these lower ones out a little, okay? And if it's coming too far out of the shirt area there, we can deal with that as well, all right? So, now that we've got, a little more curve on our neck, let's deal with the head here, because it's still, a little too large for this neck base. So what I'm going to do, that's pretty quick and easy, because we don't want to spend all day on it, is to just grab everything that's part of the head up above this neck area, okay? And I'm just gonna scale it. Doesn't have to be too dramatic. Something like that is probably fine. And just, of course, since I've scaled it inwards, it's going to be a little too far forward, so, we can move it back a bit as well. Okay? So, of course, it's going to look a little creepy at first, because now our face is no longer encompassing our teeth and eyeballs and all that good stuff, and the hair is kind of floating off in the middle of nowhere. But that's easily fixed. So, now that we've kind of moved everything and scaled it a bit, we can then just come in to object mode, grab these things, and just move them back. And of course, for the hair as well, we can also just scale it in and move it back a bit. Okay. So that's improved the shaping of the connection of our neck and the base of the skull here. Now, if you are scaling that in and you decide that, you know, that just flattened out all that work that I did on the face, you can always add some more volume to just the face area after doing this, okay? Just by coming in and grabbing these, oops, pressing all kinds of crazy buttons here. Just by coming in and grabbing these first sets of edge loops for the face, alright? Just coming along and grabbing all those. And you can just use the scale tool on those as well to kind of expand those facial features back out, and in case you have, you know, squished them in too much, you can pull those back out. Just about like that. It's probably fine. You know, and you may, once you do that, you may need to move things around again here with the eyes and mouth. But, you know, these are just going to be pretty minor adjustments that you're making, alright? And also, when we scaled the face in, this also scaled the ear inwards, so it is now more of an oval shape. So we fixed that at the same time as we fixed the distance between the face here and the neck line, okay? So that was pretty fast, not too crazy. It's improved the shape a lot. A few more things that we'll take a look at. If we check out our neck here, there are some shaping issues going on. If we look at it from this angle, for example, you can see where it's coming out here, and then it's sort of dipping back into itself before ballooning out again towards the back, okay? So our neck is going to be nice and round, so we don't want to see any areas where it's sort of caving into itself, okay? So you can kind of see it here, if we just take it into object mode, how it's just sort of getting sucked in to itself at this point. So you can just come into a view like this and just start moving things out a bit until what you wind up with is a more circular curve coming across here, okay? So you're just going for something nice and round. And it's just going to take a lot of pushing and pulling of individual vertices to get it where you want it to be. But once you do, it's going to improve the look of the neck area quite a bit. Make sure it still is smooth and round from other angles as well, okay? Once you kind of get the shape you want in one angle, look at it from a different angle and make sure it's still flowing nicely in this angle as well. So some of these verts are going to be moved pretty dramatically. That's going to round out that shape. And here as well, you know, up above, we've got that same thing going on. So we want to pull this out. and just make sure we have a nice smooth flow throughout that neck area, okay? So if we check it out now on this side, we've got this really nice smooth shape flowing through here, okay? And again, if we check the other side, we can see where that divot was happening, okay? We've just kind of smooth things over here. Last thing that we're going to take a look at is also to do with the neck shaping. You've got some good shaping going on here with the neck, but it is a little bit flat. So if we look at it from the side, a lot of these are just kind of directly right on top of one another. Okay, these lines here. And it might help too to see it in X-ray mode. So we'll check that out. So you can see where many of these lines are kind of getting right all in a row with one another, okay? That's going to be a bit of a problem. We want to kind of keep this from being super flat. So I would say grab some of these verts, especially, start with the center line. Center line is usually a good starting point. And I pull them out just a little bit. Doesn't have to be too crazy. But just pull them out. And then you would go to your next edge loop here. And pull this one out as well. Just a little. I'm just doing one side here, I'm not actually grabbing both sides. And I may even take this guy right here where it really kind of comes to sort of a corner, and maybe pull that in just a bit, just to help keep that shape really round. So really, the goal here is just to give this front of the neck area just a bit more depth, okay? And you can keep this little divot that you've got going on here, okay, where your neck is meeting up with your collarbones. But you may want to move it forward just a bit and move these other verts forward as well to really help keep that round shape of the neck going that you've kind of established here on the side. All right, you want to keep it nice and round and full. Okay, so after that's all said and done, you get something that's going to be a little more balanced over the neck here. This neck is going to look a little more like it can hold the weight of the skull here and that it's all properly balanced out. And you know, that's really all there is to it. It's just a lot of very small, minor tweaks, and it can really help improve the overall look of your model. So again, you know, you did a really good job, so you should pat yourself on the back for that. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and happy modeling.